Wavemakers is a brand new IP from the creators of GameStar Asia. And what we're doing is we're bringing together independent developers from across Southeast Asia all together to showcase their games at events. The games we have on the show floor this time range from all different genres and the types of players who are coming in.
I was at gamescom last year as a speaker covering the journey of our enhanced edition, Raji. It's an action-adventure game set in India. We were invited and we filled the form and they selected us. And I love the initiative taken by them and Xbox to come up with Indie Wavemakers, you know, where so many brilliant indies are able to showcase their game.
We are based in Thailand and London. We want to get the game promoted on the show floor to showcase the game that we have on the market to other people and show that we're part of the Steam sales, part of Gamescom. For AMP, we are showcasing an early version of the game where we are gathering the feedback from players to see if we are on the right track to build the full game by this time next year.
It's indies that take the risk. We, I guess, also follow our hearts. So if you have something that you're passionate about, this is a really good place to show your game for the first time to a crowd of gamers who are very receptive to that sort of thing. I think there's a lot of really good games here as well from across the region, some really impressive stuff. It's just a good time here at Indie Wavemakers.
It's quite exciting because it's the first event that I'm with at the team. Seeing the reception of the game has been pretty amazing. As a studio, we are not just interested in making games for players, we're also interested in inspiring the future generation of developers. There's quite a lot of younger people here. They have talked to us about game development and it has been heartening in many ways.
Alongside having a show floor where people can showcase their games, we're also adding a whole range of additional support for their promotion and activations around the titles too. And in addition to that, we also have a live stage where each of the developers will be showcasing their game, people who are tuning in online where they can see the games being played.
It was very fun to talk to the Wavemaker stage today, having ourselves live streamed. It was great to see that there's some positive feedback, not only on the stage, but also on the show floor.
Organising a mixer where the developers can come together and mingle with each other as well as publishers and hang out.
First 2 days were jam-packed with meetings. It was very interesting this year to have so much biz-dev meetings and equally to do with the B2C side of things where the booth is ever so busy and people are loving the game.
We're really pleased to bring Indie Wavemakers to Gamescom Asia. This is its debut, and we're hoping to really bring it to other events across the world as well, bringing developers from all walks of life together to showcase their games.
Any indie dev out there with whatever genre game you're making, with whatever kind of game you're making, at some point of course you're exposed to Western market through Steam and such, but here talking to people, having those PR marketing agencies working for you, an initiative like Indie Wavemakers where the booth is really affordable. So for someone from India, like getting to Singapore is fairly easy. So my biggest advice is, hey, at some point you have to start attending these events, probably 12 months before your launch, being at the convention and figuring out how do you get the word of mouth out. That's the big takeaway for us, and I think that's something a lot of indies probably wouldn't know.
One of the main things coming here and showcasing in public is getting the public feedback and how people react to the game live when they're playing it. Seeing people enjoy the game is one of the more rewarding things that we've seen today especially.
Look out for any upcoming gaming conventions and I'm sure you'll see Indie Wavemakers there. Now more than ever, indie games have just had this huge spike in popularity. There's more diverse titles and diverse players, and I think giving them a hub where they can come together is just fantastic. Indie Wavemakers extends beyond the show floor to a whole digital experience such as the Indie Wavemakers website and the live streams, which will also act as a hub for upcoming indie titles.